We're going to start with the tournament and golf course information. We are at the Riviera Country Club. This is the Genesis Invitational. It's a staple on tour. This golf course is a staple as well. Nothing really has changed over, geez. I mean, there have been things that have changed, but small things. What you see on the screen is kind of my golf course analysis of shot shapes that are required. I shouldn't say required, which would be beneficial. Not, like some of these, I don't know. Up to you guys to read this. I'm not going to go over every single hole. Some of them I'll say, yeah, you actually do want to hit a shot shape. It would be much preferred here. This is kind of a tree line golf course. Like your Bubba Watsons of the world have won this tournament. People who like to shape shots tend to do well at this tournament because the lining of the fairways with the trees and everything make you kind of have to do that. So unless you're Colin Morikawa, who hits a really straight golf ball, people who shape shots tend to do well here. So I'm eyeing someone like Justin Thomas this week. This is a golf course, I think, and he has done well here before, but I think this is a golf course he's going to thrive at because he gets to thread shots here and there. One person that I would say not so great, Jordan Spieth, primarily because he's so erratic off the tee. This year he's shown some glimpses of being pretty in control, but for the most part, I don't really trust like a Jordan Spieth. Not to say I won't play him, but if I was to give someone a little bit of a benefit because of the golf course, it'd be Justin Thomas, and someone a little bit of a negative, it'd be Jordan Spieth. And I understand some of the criticism you might have with Justin Thomas because he's erratic off the tee as well. But my argument is when he sees a shot shape, he thrives, he excels in that type of environment, that type of golf course. So I'm not trying to feed you like the best golfer that I think is going to do well here. I'm just saying I'm giving a little bit of a boost to someone like Justin Thomas and a little bit of a hurt to Jordan Spieth. Not to say Jordan Spieth can't win this tournament. I just don't think it sets up perfectly for him. I can go through some of that in the strategy video tomorrow, going golfer by golfer, but I'm just not going to, spend like an hour on it in this video. But you can see on the screen if you want to pause it, read what I have written. You can see all the shot shapes that I have on there that I think are beneficial. All in all, it kind of just, it's pretty even between draws and fades. Like Cantlay has done well here before. He draws the golf ball primarily. John Rahm, Rahm really hasn't done that well at this golf course. But like Tony Finau, he fades the golf ball. He's done well. He's done well at this golf course. Max Homa's won it. He draws the golf. I mean, it doesn't really necessarily matter which one shape or another that you hit. But I think, again, like why I like Justin Thomas, I think it's beneficial for those that are creative. And you've seen that with like Bubba Watson doing well at this golf course in the past. So that's my take on the golf course. I'm not going to go, hole by hole and tell you stuff that you don't need to hear because, quite frankly, any golfer can play any of these holes however they want. Not everyone's going to be hitting from the same distances. Not everyone's going to have the same shot shapes or, angles into the pin. So it's filling your head with air, honestly, if we go hole by hole. Just my take on it. If I could spend more time digging into it, I'd have a better analysis for every golfer in the field, not just a certain type of golfer, which I think most of these golf course analysis does, or what they do. But talking about the tournament, so that was the golf course. Let's talk about the tournament. There are 130 golfers in the field right now. This is an invitational, and usually only 120 people get invited. So if we have any withdrawals, it won't matter. It has to go under 120 for them to replace anybody who withdraws. I don't know why they overpopulated this tournament. Could be because it's a really strong strength of field. If I were to bring up my DK page, let me go ahead and freeze one of these columns and hide one of the other ones. 738 is what I have calculated for the strength of field. That's stronger than last week's tournament, which was very strong. On average, our strength of field is like 270, somewhere between 270 and 300. The last 2 weeks being kind of like, what do they call them? oh, I forget what it's called, but like elevated events. That's what it's called. Brings a lot of the good golfers here. And you can see, you know, in the OWGR, I forgot to update it. Scotty Scheffler's #1. Doesn't really matter. It's not going to change the strength of field because we still have 1, 2, and 3 here. So just keep that in mind. Let me fix something really quick. Saw a little crack. Okay. Strength of field, strong, like I was saying. Which I think kind of helps us pick golfers this week. Sometimes this makes it difficult, but the pricing is pretty soft for the most part. Lots of different lineup combinations can be built this week, and we'll go over that when we kind of go into salaries and stuff like that. But strong strength of field, 130 golfers. Can't wait to see what the tee time pairings are going to look like. Of course, that goes into our marquee tee times. But yeah, I think everyone's excited for this tournament. It should be a pretty good tournament.